And good evening and welcome to another edition of The Way We See It. I'm Ralph Williams. Bill Cannata will be joining us very soon here in the next few minutes. Tonight, we have a great show for you. And we have a lot to talk about tonight, Bill and I. And I got to tell you, some of this stuff that we have to talk about is inexcusable. All right, not only just a blast segment, but I got to tell you, we got some stuff going on. City Council is proposing doing something for the homeless. They're talking about organized homeless camps. Organized. I mean, I'm talking parties. I'm talking about water. I'm talking about, and then they're saying that it's only going to cost $50,000 to the taxpayer. But let me ask you this question as we get into the show tonight. Do you approve of this? I don't. I think it's foolish. And I think there should be more rules that if we're going to spend money on helping the homeless, there needs to be more rules. Okay, we'll provide water in a party and a decent shelter so you don't have to sleep in a tent. Okay, I'm for that. All right, but keep it out of downtown. Keep it out of South Side. Keep it out of North Side. Keep it out of the neighborhoods. Put it somewhere secluded where no one can see it or has to deal with it. And my next question is the city going to maintain these places? They're talking about 200 people that don't have a place to stay. And we're going to talk later as soon as Bill gets here as to what in the world is city council thinking? And why do they continue to lie to us? Why do they continue to say, well, we got room at this shelter. We got room at that shelter. But then all of a sudden, we're paying for it. I think they're lying. And here comes my good buddy and co-host Bill Cannata to agree with me on this about this homeless encampments that they're talking about paying for.
It is, first of all, welcome everybody. I'm so sorry I'm a little bit behind the eight ball here.
No, that's okay.
And second of all, absolutely 100%. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is like almost saying, you know what? Why don't everybody just be homeless and everybody will take care of everybody else who will be homeless? And it goes back to what I was saying before, brother. And if anybody who remembers that conversation, maybe about a couple of conversations ago, maybe about 2 or 3 episodes ago, where I was talking about some of the older abandoned buildings. Now, I'm not talking about the older abandoned buildings. I'm talking about the recently abandoned buildings that might not take so much to go ahead. It'll already have electricity sort of run there. It'll already have plumbing and all that stuff running here. The foundation will be built. And you're talking about taking something all out of content and building something all the way around just to encompass the homeless. And I'm all for that. But then again, I'm not. This is absolutely ridiculous. Everybody else got to be paying for it. That's coming from your pocket when you already have a structured building that can possibly be salvaged for the homeless people.
Exactly. And I tell you what, we have a lot to talk about, Bill, today. And I was telling everyone earlier before you came on the air, and we're in the First Line Consulting Services Studios, 1-877-926-6982. Give them a call today. Do you need a website? Do you need it managed? Do you need your videos uploaded? One low monthly price, 1-877-926-6982. And that is First Line Consulting Services Studios. All right. I tell you what, Bill, tonight, like I said before, and I'll mention it one more time, we have plenty to talk about tonight. But, Thanksgiving week's coming up. I want everyone to tell me sometime tonight in the comments section, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Do you have plans with the family? Do you have plans just to sit around and do nothing? Do you have plans to do something else?
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, man, you got to call somebody.
Gotta happen right now, brother.
Oh, somebody!
Bring it on in, son. Bring it on in. Get on the horn, people. Come on, let's go. Reach out and touch somebody.
Let's get this show on the road, man. All right, our blast segment tonight brought to you by You Ought to Call Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 724-2010-500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. They offer geothermal furnaces, radiant floors, humidifiers, service contracts, heat pumps, air conditionings, or air conditioners, snow melt. Oh, you're going to need snow melt. Air cleaner, UV lighting. This is the season for UV lighting. So give Mata a call today. The professionals, 724-201-05. You ought to call Mata today. Ask for Bill. Call Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. All right, Bill, let's get started with our blast segment tonight. All right, first, the guy who hit, who hit my fellow handicapper at Center and Craig and then left the scene of the accident.
Unbelievable.
I'm blasting you tonight for doing that. And then you leave the scene and don't even bother, and then all of a sudden, the police had to go track you down through cameras, okay? And then it's so bad that it's a fellow handicap, somebody like me that's in a wheelchair.
And just kept going.
To get hit by a vehicle, but when you do it to one of my wheelchair friends, that's when I have a problem with this.
And just
that's
kept
when
going.
This gets on my nerves.
That's the thing. They kept going, brother.
Yeah, the guy just kept on going and said, "Screw it, I don't care." And he hit the woman. She was in a wheelchair. Her whole wheelchair had to be replaced. I mean, they busted the guy. They made him pay for it. His insurance company's going to pay for it now. But that poor woman had to be inconvenienced. And I know what it's like now, Bill, to ride around with a wheelchair without a motor. Yep. Believe me, I know exactly what it's like. And it's messed my body up even more by pushing the wheels and everything when you don't have a power chair. Okay?
Absolutely. I remember when you got hit.
Not a power chair for over a week, maybe two, because of this guy.
Yeah. Now what happens about doctor's appointments and everything?
This guy tonight.
Yeah, doctor's appointments a big inconvenience for that lady.
All right, the white SUV who's going around town shooting pellets. Shooting pellets at college students, shooting pellets at people out in Oakland, downtown, and the South Side. Why? What's the purpose of going around shooting pellets at people? Someone tell me this, Bill. Someone, please.
It's a bad, dangerous game, brother. Somebody's going to get shot. Somebody's going to get shot for real.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. The person who left the dog at the airport. Oh, my God.
Here we go. Here we go.
You know what's bad enough that they try to get through security with guns. We lead the nation in that. And now, twice this year, someone left the dog behind at the airport.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, my gosh. This guy was from West Virginia. He left the dog at the airport and went all the way out to California. Here's the story I heard. He may not be coming back.
Oh, I hope not. I mean, that's animal cruelty. What the hell? Why is these people doing it? What's the matter with these people, man?
I don't know. And you know what's funny? They had a county cop or a county police officer who came on the news and said, "I've been doing this for 20-some years, and I've never seen what I've seen the last 2 times with these dogs. If you can't handle these things,
don't get them. Exactly. Don't get them.
Just call the county police, and they will make arrangements with a kennel to hold your dog until you come back." Absolutely. But now you want to get yourself like that crazy lady that left that dog and went to the Bahamas because she couldn't. She was trying to get the dog on the plane in a baby carriage. Okay, didn't have it properly stored. I mean, in a cage or anything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's ridiculous, man. Just totally ridiculous. All right. Pittsburgh City Council. Oh, here we are. You know, every week, Bill, it's City Council.
Every time.
But here's the 2 stupidest things that I'm getting on them tonight on the blast segment here. Number 1, those purple curbs in Squirrel Hill. Thanks, City Council, because now 2 businesses went up and went out of business because they lost business because of the purple curbs you put in front of their business. And people can't park there. And when they do, they get a ticket.
Yeah.
They get a ticket.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And then if they have too many tickets, they get a toad.
You get a boot and toad. Absolutely.
Thanks, City Council. Thank you for doing that to 2 small business owners up in Squirrel Hill that had to shut down.
And let me guess.
And then I'm blasting them again tonight for Squirrel Hill. Down there at the bottom there on what is that street down there at the bottom there by Frick Park where they wanted the Irish Center.
Yeah. Oh, what is that?
Commercial Avenue. Commercial Avenue. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to put new apartments in down at the Irish Center. And guess what the city does? They didn't give them the zoning permit. But listen to this, folks. This is why I'm blasting them tonight. They're going to let Phipps Conservatory build something down there on that site. But now they won't let that real estate developer build anything down there.
And then here we go with the
way.
homeless thing. See, this is what I'm saying. Good use of real estate. Come on, people. Open up your damn eyes. Let's go. Let's go. You know what I mean, brother?
Hey, what have I said before? And I'll say it again. It's the progressives.
You're right.
It's the progressives.
Never
and I'm going to
argued
keep
about
on
that.
preaching until people get this. It's the progressives.
Yes.
You voted them in. You want these people running your government, and look at what they're doing. Okay, and wait till later on. Wait till you and I saw that video. Oh, wait till you hear this later on, folks. You got to stay right here for this.
Oh yeah, you definitely.
The West Mifflin board member I'm blasting tonight, who decided to go ahead, okay, and give plays to the opposing football team that was playing West Mifflin a few weeks back.
Oh my God.
The opposing football team, some of the team's plays. And then get this. He didn't resign. And then the school board didn't fire him or ask him to step down.
I was getting ready to say I thought they might have lost too. The opposing team who got the other team's plays.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, brother. Unbelievable.
Oh, I know. Next, the Aaron Bridge Area School District Security.
Okay.
How do you let a guy get in who said he wanted to see his sister or he wanted to meet with his sister for lunch, just walk right into the school and cause all kinds of problems on the way in?
Oh, man. You know, I was school security and police.
Yep. School security at its best.
Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable. Ambridge at that, too. Come on. That's
all right. Here's another good one. At Arsenal Elementary School. And nobody has any answers to this.
Here we go.
All right. Cut some kid's hair and didn't inform the parent. And the parent didn't even give permission for that to happen. Okay? Didn't give permission for that to happen to the school. And
so
somebody in there cut their hair.
So my question is this, brother? What happened to way back in the day when they would having special things going on inside that school that the parents, that the school would send a flyer home with that child to inform the parent what's going on in that school? What happened to those days?
Because the parent don't get involved in the kid's school education.
That's sad. That's sad. My mother.
They don't. A lot of these parents don't get involved, Bill. You know that.
I know that, but that's sad. But what I'm saying is that
I know.
Well, I mean, I know you used to get them, and I definitely used to get them.
I got them. Yes, indeed. When there was something special going on, like a hair cutting thing, or they were doing something for charity or whatever,
it's sad.
They always sent stuff home or they mailed it. You know what I mean? And it got mailed right away. You got it the next day. If I got suspended, I got it the next day.
Oh, absolutely.
If I was put in in-house suspension or detention, my mom got a notice the next day. It was in the mail. I mean, the ink wasn't even dry.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Unbelievable, man. Just unreal what's going on.
Well, folks, this is our blast segment for tonight, brought to you by Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Mata today, 724-201-0500. Best heating and air conditioning folks in the business. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Ask for Bill. That number, 724-201-0500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. All right, our next segment is our boneheaded segment. You know what? If you thought that the blast segment was bad, where do you see the bonehead and the ridiculousness I got tonight? Oh my God! Wow! And then we have your segment coming up later on. That's going to be brought to you by one of our sponsors later on, Bill, about the driving in Pittsburgh. Oh my gosh! Oh, all right. The boneheaded segment tonight brought to you by P6 Auto Detailing. Call P6 Auto Detailing today. And that number is 412-965-6578, P6 Auto Detailing. Get the professionals who are, you've called the rest, now call the best. P6 Auto Detailing, 412-965-6578. That's 412-965-6578, P6 Auto Detailing. They're in New Kensington. Give them a call today. All right, here's our boneheaded segment. All right, the guy. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, here we go. Wait a minute. Hold on. The butler. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The guy who assaulted a butler cop. Why would you be so stupid as to assault a cop and then try to run him over with his own police vehicle? All right.
Oh shit!
All right. The three people who got busted for stealing $24 million in checks in their postal employees.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
The woman who tried to drive her Jeep off the hook of a tow truck not to pay a $63 fine.
Well, there goes that car.
Can you imagine the damage on that car? Try to drive that car off of a hook.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, might as well say goodbye to your front end.
A hotel employee who forced the person's name on some who forged a steady person who actually lives at the hotel. All right, who forged his signature on several things, documents and paperwork. Got arrested for that. All right, the 17-year-old girl who got pregnant was living with her parents. When her parents found out that she was pregnant, they said as soon as the baby's born, you have to leave. They said they want to enjoy their retirement. They want to enjoy their retirement.
I want to enjoy their retirement.
No, I mean, I in a way, Bill, you can't blame them for this. I blame the kid for being a bonehead and getting pregnant at 17
Absolutely.
and then going home and telling your parents, and then your parents telling you, well, as soon as the baby's born, you got to get out. We're retired, man. We're not doing this again. We did this for years. We're not doing it again. You know,
at least they're stepping up to the plate. I mean, they're like, hey,
yeah, exactly.
Goodbye.
How many parents don't take care of their kids, and you got grandmas out there taking care of them? How many of those have we seen in our lifetime?
A ton and more.
Oh my gosh! FedEx mistakenly delivered $20,000 worth of lottery tickets to a Massachusetts woman's home.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine
boneheads or what?
Can you imagine the expression on that woman's face? Oh my gosh, look what happened here.
Oh my gosh. All right. That was brought to the Bonehead segment tonight was brought to you by, we didn't have a lot, but we had the few that we did have was quite funny.
It was good. It was good. It was good. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. All right. That's brought to you by P6 Auto Detailing. Call them today. That number 412-965-6578. Let the experts professionally detail your car at P6 Auto Detailing. All right. Next is our ridiculousness segment here. And that is brought to you by Fold and Travel Mobility. Look, I'm in a wheelchair and I won't deny it. I needed a power chair that's folding. And guess what? I have one. Okay. And I can fold it up and put it in my vehicle, and I do not have to be inconvenienced anymore. I don't have to reach into my pocket and pull out extra expense at the amusement park. I don't have to go to a concert at our outdoor concert venue and have to go 2 miles to my seat, okay, from my car, and have to go in a regular wheelchair.
And I've seen that. I've seen that happen.
Oh, yeah. So why do that? Why make your life inconvenient? Stop doing it. Call Fold and Travel Mobility today. That number is 1-877-GOT-FOLD, 1-877-GOT-FOLD. Call them today. And let me tell you, they have some great Black Friday sales, so get with it. Get going, because Black Friday is this week, and they have some great sales. I tell you, some great sales. You could practically walk out with a wheelchair half off their regular price. So call them today to have it delivered, and it's free delivery. So call them today. 1-877-GOT-FOLD. Let the professionals at Fold and Travel Mobility help you have a better life. All right. And also foldandtravelmobility.com. Go in the chat section and you can chat with a professional, not somebody that's just been there for a week. We're talking people that have been there 20, 30 years on this job that know exactly how to sell you a chair, a folding power wheelchair. Call them today. Fold and Travel Mobility. That number again, 1-877-GOT-FOLD, and foldandtravelmobility.com. Fold and Travel Mobility. All right, the world of ridiculousness today. The
Uh-oh.
construction on Route 28 both ways, Bill. This is ridiculous. This is just totally out of control. I mean,
I
oh,
thought when I put that light there at the end of the Highland Park Bridge, they opened up those lanes and everything was moving smooth. Then all of a sudden, now here we go again.
yeah, yeah.
45 minutes you're sitting in traffic.
Oh, I know. It's terrible. Both
Unbelievable.
ways. It's not
Yeah,
just one way, it's
yeah,
both ways.
exactly.
That's the whole problem.
And coming
Next.
from the mills is worse. Going instead of going out too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The Panera Bread who fired a woman for having a baby 2 days after she had it.
Oh my gosh.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
ridiculousness right there in a nutshell.
That poor
Oh,
woman. Oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah. How about
That's,
this
that's sad.
Waffle House? You know the Waffle House.
I
There's
do.
one down in the meadows, down by the meadows there. The Waffle House.
Okay.
Okay, charges employees for food even if they don't finish, even if they don't eat it.
Get out of here. Now that's the first I heard about any. I heard half off, but I never heard of that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's ridiculous. So, which means if the employee doesn't finish the food, they still charge them for it anyway. Whatever. Yeah.
Wow. That's oh my gosh.
And the last of the ridiculousness tonight, not a lot, but again, I went to Giant Eagle today out in McIntyre Square, and there wasn't a parking spot to be had.
No kidding.
And and this was at 12:30 in the afternoon, Bill.
Oh man.
12:30. There wasn't a parking space to be had. And then on top of that, I have to use a handicap spot.
Absolutely.
I barely got one. And no disrespect to veterans. I love veterans to death. But I had to park in the veteran spot because I couldn't get a handicap spot.
Wow.
Okay.
Everybody rushing for that Thanksgiving stuff.
Yeah. Hurrying up. My question is this. You knew Thanksgiving was coming. Why do you wait to the last minute to do Thanksgiving shopping? I already have my Thanksgiving stuff. And the majority of it, I told you, I already ordered mine. And it's been delivered. It's here.
Yeah.
All I got to do is cook it and prepare it. I think my wife went in the store today and got maybe a couple odds and ends of things that were missing, like dinner rolls and maybe one other thing. That was it. I've got everything ordered. The dessert, the turkey. I got it all ordered. It's all here. I mean, I don't have to do none of that. But I don't get some of these people. I just don't. I don't understand it.
Same thing with Christmas. Everybody does the exact same thing.
Oh, and then the day after Christmas Day,
Oh,
they're out running around trying to get money back on stuff because it don't fit or something's wrong.
You can forget about that, man. Don't even go on. That's crazy stuff. That's the biggest return day of them all, I heard. And they oh my gosh, yeah, forget that. Yeah, okay. I know life is busy. Don't get me wrong, folks. But what part of the earth are you from if you don't know when Christmas is and all that stuff and take that few, to try to get everything together? My goodness gracious, man. Every single year, brother. Every single year. And I was married to my ex-wife. She tried to do that Black Friday shopping thing. Never again. Ever.
Oh, man.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Oh, I can't stand it, man. Thank God. You know what? I'm glad God invented the internet.
Yeah, I'm right there with you,
I'm
brother.
telling you, I just I hate to do this to retailers, but you know what? If it's convenient and easy, it's for me. I'm sorry.
And for most of the time, you can get better deals online than you can get the brick and mortar stores, to be honest with you.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So why not? It's delivered.
You don't have to park your car. You don't have to worry about your car getting broken into.
Right.
Okay. You don't have to worry about whether or not the lot's shoveled or snowed or whatever, plowed or whatever it's called. Then you have to walk into the store or into the mall. Then you got to walk around the mall.
Yep.
All right. And then you eat at the food court and you pay what, $1,000 for a piece of pizza or something or whatever it is there. Yeah.
After they send you the pizza, they can retire. They shut down. They're like, we've hit our quota. Goodbye. We'll see you guys. See ya. I'm telling you, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Years ago, we look forward to that. That was awesome.
Oh, when we were growing up, man, we used to love to go to the mall. I loved it.
Absolutely. My mother would make his biggest thing out of it, man. I'm telling you what. And listen, don't get an old Italian lady pissed off, because when you do that, it is so hard to get her to get back on your side, people. My mother would get that, and 1 week at a time, the week before, everything was set out, and it was the itinerary was to a T, brother. Let me tell you. Now today, forget about it. Everybody throws. If it seems like the Griswold's family vacation, everybody tosses everybody in the car at the last minute. Everybody goes to the mall, and they fight to get what they got to get. That's too much of a headache, man. And
How
we're
much
old
you
now
want to
too.
bet? How much you want to bet after Thanksgiving dinner? Everybody that wants to go out and get the apple, whatever, or
Oh,
whatever, is pitched their tent right
oh yeah,
outside of the Apple store on Walnut Street. How much you want to put down?
absolutely. Whatever's coming out that
The whole
day. Yeah.
block.
Oh yeah.
The whole block will be filled
Yep.
with
Yep.
tents.
You're right.
People camping
Every
out.
time.
Best Buy. How many times have we gone to
Oh,
Best Buy or Walmart? People camping out to get something.
yep. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, couple of days at a time, brother. Who has
Yeah.
that time to do that stuff, man? That's crazy stuff.
I did it once when I was younger, back in the late 80s.
I
I
never did
camped
that.
out for a VCR at Kmart. It was a
Oh,
doorbuster special, and I got one of the first ones. It was the first 50, and
yeah.
I at the one out of Route 8.
Yeah.
I camped out for it, and it was I think it was only like $30 or $40
No
at the
kidding.
time,
And you
and
know
that's when
what?
VCRs were cheap. Now
Yeah.
VCRs are $100.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And
You know,
everything's obsolete too. It's like, my
yeah,
gosh, man, I can't believe that. That when
yeah.
I going down, and this is going back in the day to J.C. Penney and stuff like that. My aunt had that charge card. She's like, I got the charge card. Let's go get a VCR. $300-$400, brother. When they
Oh
were,
yeah, yeah.
remember? I mean, my gosh, that was incredible. Now, and they're vintage. They're vintage. You're paying for vintage stuff.
But you know what? People still have them,
Yeah,
and they
they
still
do.
have VHS tapes, and they
They
still
do.
go out and look for them.
And Beta. We're going back.
Oh yeah, Beta records
Yep.
are coming back.
Yeah.
People are starting
Oh,
to collect records again.
that's all my
I-
daughters want. They said, "Oh, we got to get a man. You ain't gonna listen to that on but one time, and then that turntable's
and that's
going in
it.
the
It's
corner."
done.
Come
It
on,
goes in the
man.
closet and it collects
Yeah,
dust,
right.
man.
Man, they don't know. But you know what? At least they're having the experience of what we experienced. They might not sound as good as they did back in the day, but at
Right.
least they're experiencing it. When I used to DJ with my Technique 1200s, I still have them, but at least they're experiencing vinyl, and they know what
Right.
vinyl is.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Yeah.
stuff, man, on how everything is coming back. I kept telling my kids, look at us right now, because all you're doing is watching rewinds, reruns all the time. You're watching reruns of the new Converse, of this and that and so forth. When Converse was back out in the 40s and the 50s, my kids were
Yes.
like, they're brand new shoes. Listen, you don't understand. They've been out for many, many decades. I says, take your phones and look it up. And when they found out, they were like, oh my gosh, they're really old.
Gary says the guitar sound on vinyl is fantastic. Thank you for watching and commenting, Gary.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. Hey, Gary, what's up, brother? Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you, man. And that bass, the drums on a Metallica album, Enter Sandman, you check that out. That is awesome. The guitar is absolutely amazing. I mean, everything just on vinyl is just amazing. Absolutely. Because you know what you're listening for. Now, today, the kids are just popping on like, oh my gosh, that's really great. That's Machine Gun Kelly. Okay, great. Okay, did you hear it? Did you
Yeah,
hear
well, you know what? Speaking of sellouts, Drake and J. Cole just sold out one show within an hour at
No
PPG
kidding.
Paints Arena for next
No
year.
kidding.
Yeah, within an hour. And they had to announce the second show.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
it is, because usually those shows don't sell out here.
when are they
You know what I
coming?
mean?
Or when is that?
Sometime in 2024, I know that, but I'm not sure what the date is. You know, our buddy Kenny Chesney's coming back June 1st.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, at Acrisure Stadium. Zach Brown Band and Uncle Cracker is
Uncle
back.
Cracker.
Yeah.
Uncle Cracker. There he is. Kid Rock's cousin.
Yeah, well, they're all cousins. Kid Rock, Kenny Chesney, Uncle Cracker. They're
Oh,
all
are
cousins.
they? Oh, now
Yes,
that
they're all
I didn't
cousins.
know. I didn't know that
Yes.
part. That I
Yes.
didn't know. I didn't know that at all. That's
And
crazy.
and speaking of music, how about that discussion we had today? The Van Halen tribute. Sammy Hager's getting a band together. He's got one member of Van Halen. He's got Michael Anthony with him, and Joe Satriani, and then he's got Jason Bonham playing drums.
Man, that's a hell of a lineup, especially
Yes, it is.
Satriani. Joe Satriani is just awesome, man. Oh my gosh, his solo album or his debut album, self-titled album, was just awesome. I just truly loved Sax Randy, man. I and then I know I'm going back, but Impalateria was another one.
Oh
That was,
yeah, yeah.
oh my gosh, that, I mean, we could talk all day about that, brother. You know that, but
Oh,
we're here for
absolutely.
other reasons. So here we go.
I know, but no, I want to tell you, Sammy Hagar did reach out to that idiot, David Lee Roth.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh man, and so is he
I
coming in?
sent you that video that time from YouTube when he was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, remember? And he
I
fell
seen
and
that.
he hurt,
That was,
he broke his nose or something. And I
yeah,
showed you he had that big bandage on there, and they were on there. I was like, oh, come on,
that was a
really?
while ago, brother.
Yeah, that
That was a
was.
while ago.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was.
was that a couple years ago? At least a couple years ago.
No, it was about 10 years ago.
That's
Yeah,
what.
it was.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, a little. That was the second go round of Van Halen. You know when.
Shows us our age. Shows us our age, brother. Shows us our age. Yes, it does.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh!
Let's
I
kill it, man.
I heard Motley Crue's. I heard Vince Neil's voice is horrible these days. That's what I
I
hear.
Where did I see? I seen a little article on him somewhere,
Him. Yeah.
probably on YouTube or somewhere. That like he's like I heard he's severely overweight too.
Yeah, he is. Well, he did lose some weight for this last tour, and then he got the weight back on again because I saw him recently. They showed a picture of him. He's got that pot belly back again.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know, but he was exercising. He lost weight. I heard he was trying to get his voice back. That happened, and then I heard some people that went to see him in concert last summer. They said it was awful.
I
They said
can't
his
even
voice was
imagine.
bad.
I mean, think
Yeah,
about his voice. I mean, if you're pretend like you're listening to it right now,
right.
how highly pitched he was,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's the same guy, and I can't remember his name, but if anybody out there and they know the group was called Steelheart, and that guy
Okay.
hits a high note and it's off the charts, off the end of the piano, man. I mean, you guys got to listen to that. It's called Angel Eyes, but Steelheart, self-titled album, fantastic album. Listen to them. They're from Germany.
Oh wow. I'll
Yeah, they're
check
from
it
Germany.
out.
I can't remember the guy's name. It's some really weird name, but his voice is totally off the highest note of the piano, which is off the chart. You got to listen to that, brother. So Steelheart, check that out. Absolutely. And I can't even imagine. I think he's still around. And I mean, just his voice is just absolutely amazing. Is his name Gary, right? Is he still?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Hey Gary, I just got a quick question. Have you ever heard of the group Steelheart? And if you have, what do you think about those guys?
Oh, Noel says he loves Angel Eyes,
Yes,
and he's seen him do Steel Eyes over Berlin a few years ago.
no kidding.
So, yeah,
Oh, it would have been awesome to see those guys live.
Noel.
Sweet. I bet
And
you love that.
Noel. I did not hear that the Jets worked out DeMarcus Russell today. Last I checked, he was working at a grocery store bagging groceries. So DeMarcus Russell is a former bum quarterback from the former Oakland Raiders back in the day. He was the #1 draft pick, the worst ever. So, but Noel always seems to be lost on the wrong program. All right, we're in the First Line Consulting Services Studios. 1-877-926-6982 is the number to call. First Line Consulting Services Studios. They will put up a website for you, design it. They will manage it. And they will also put up your videos at one low monthly price. Give them a call today. They also have business pricing. Call them again, 1-877-926-6982. Our key topic segment brought to you tonight by Sleep Pittsburgh, 412-462-7858. I can't emphasize more now than to go to Sleep Pittsburgh. Do you need a bed? I mean, I'm talking about these mattress companies out here are skinning people alive. I mean, you have to literally take out not one loan, but two to buy a bed from some of these companies. Call Sleep Pittsburgh today because I will guarantee you that will not happen. All right? Then that number again is 412-462-7858. Also, they have no credit check financing. And get on their website, sleeppittsburgh.com. Check out their inventory, 8th Avenue, Homestead, Pennsylvania, right outside of downtown Pittsburgh, right along the Mon River. Go out to on your way out to the Christmas lights at some amusement park whose name I'm not going to mention because they don't pay us. So, you know. They don't pay us, Bill, and they refuse to come on this program. So I'm not going to give them anything. I'm not
I
going
don't
to say
blame you,
anything.
brother. I
You
don't
know,
blame you at all.
they won't
I
come on
don't.
this program. For some strange reason, they will not come on this program. So
That's all right.
412-462-7858. Sleep Pittsburgh for the best sleep tonight.
Gotcha.
All right, Bill, let's get started with our key topics. We got sidetracked tonight because I had to order topics to do this. But, you know, sometimes you got to change the playbook, unlike the Steelers.
Oh, that was sad. That was sad.
All right, but
That was
anyway,
sad.
unlike the Steelers, I had to change
Unlike
the
the
playbook
Steelers,
a little bit
change the
tonight.
playbook. That was sad. That was sad, sad, sad.
Gary said he never heard of Steelheart, sadly, but he says he's going to check them out. That's what
Oh, you
Gary
have to.
says.
You'll be amazed. I'm telling you, be amazed.
Anyway, our key topics tonight is news came out today, and I read a report, and of course, City Council had their meeting today. I do want to say that they made it Bob Lilly and Riverhounds Day today. Coach Bob Lilly and the Riverhounds, as you know, won the USL, their division.
Oh.
They went to the playoffs and blew it in the first round against Detroit, and they got knocked out yet again. They always seem to come up short every year. If it isn't Louisville or Charleston Battery or whomever, it's now it was Detroit this year. So they were the favorites to get to the championship and win it, but they still are doing better than most of our teams here. So after that, City Council decided they were going to come up with a resolution. And, you know, if you ever watch a City Council meeting, our lady reads off the resolution. All right. Now, I will watch the rerun of the meeting on YouTube because I've subscribed to the Pittsburgh City channel. So on YouTube. So today, Anthony Coghill, who I, say this to for getting rid of that homeless camp down there on First Avenue that they got rid of on Election Day.
Right.
Okay. Well, now him and Deb Gross, in their infinite wisdom, have decided now that we're going to come up with a plan to build homeless camps, and we're going to provide water, shelter, and we're going to provide food, and we're going to provide porta potty. We're going to provide and the city's going to clean it up. We're going to provide trash cans. We're going to provide this, that, and whatever for this. I am so tired, Bill, and I am so tired, everyone here, of us kissing the homeless butt. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm tired of it. Okay? And I don't want to see it no more. I've seen too much of it downtown, and it's caused too much problems. Now, I have no problem with this. Okay? But there's three places I want it to be kept away from: downtown, south side, and north side.
Absolutely.
The biggest places where people congregate, people are going to go shopping, people are going to have parties, people are going to go to bars and clubs. I do not want to see these people.
Absolutely.
Put them somewhere where they're not bothering anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Feed them their food, give them their porta potty, give them their shower, give them whatever they're going to do. You know, you know what, Bill, I'm going to say this, and then I'll get your opinion real quick because I'm so angry about this right now. Okay. I'm going to blame the people out here. You did it. You voted these people in. You voted these progressives in here. And look at where we are now. It's going to only cost $50,000. I say you spend nothing. And if you're going to spend it, why have them out in camps? The Pittsburgh Public Schools have vacant buildings. Why can't we rent them or give them a tax break on the building and use the buildings for homeless people or affordable housing? Why are we doing this? Okay, I just don't get this. And then they lied. The city lied to everybody. Last week they said they had over 200, 400 beds. They're ready to go. Now all of a sudden we're short, and all of a sudden we got to come up with this contingency plan, Bill. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Well, brother, you know what my thoughts are, and I'm going to tell everybody on here that, again and again and again, it's like they condescended themselves. Like they did one thing and now they're back to something else. That's going to cost people money. So, like I said, you've got, like you just said there a few minutes ago, they have buildings that are not in that bad a shape, that are abandoned. You would already have the electricity, the plumbing, the water, things of that nature that is not in such bad shape. So yeah, you're going to take and you're going to have porta potties. You're going to do all this stuff and bring all that stuff in to where they're still going to be out in the elements. I don't get it. I just don't understand. I don't understand, and it's making me upset because you went from one extreme, you cleaned up, and now you're going to another. Now I understand, for helping out the homeless. That I get all that, but what about these abandoned buildings that are not that bad? These real estate companies, I'm sure that they have something that could possibly come on. It can't be all that much for them to say, "Oh no, we have a building that will be able to house, say, 300 people." So you mean to tell me that you can't say to the city of Pittsburgh, "Okay, we'll charge you this for that building for you to come on in"? You know what I'm saying? Just to keep those
Right.
people safe.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
especially North Side, brother, or South Side. South Side on a Friday and Saturday night. Are you insane? Especially the people that are down there. I mean, that's the biggest nights of the night to go out. I mean, that's what we used to do anyway. Bar
Yes.
after bar after bar after bar after bar,
Yes.
and you still got the Homestead, the waterfront down here too.
Right.
I just don't understand why they can't just do that. The building is there, the electric is there. It can't be that. I mean, I'm not talking about these dilapidated buildings that people are coming in to where you would
Yeah.
step your foot in and they would go through
No,
this.
I'm talking about what Pittsburgh Public Schools have. They have
Exactly.
about 10 or 12 buildings here, Bill, and then when they sell them, instead of selling them to somebody or get donations or get a donor, get somebody like a foundation or one of those people to throw some money in and buy one of their buildings and convert it into a homeless place or an affordable housing. Why do we have to sell it to somebody that wants to put in $2,000 a month apartments? Why?
That's just like, I mean, again, going back to Washington. Remember Washington Votech? Look at what they
Yes.
did to that building over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know
That's a boutique hotel, a
exactly,
boutique. And then you look
exactly.
out your back window where the Wendy's is at there. You look out your back window, and you and I both remember Lawrenceville back when we were
Yes,
growing up. You looked out your back window of that hotel, and you used to see people doing drugs and hookers. Okay,
absolutely.
now you don't see none of that now. They cleaned
No,
it up very well. But I'm saying, you know, I know people moving out of Lawrenceville. I know somebody told me he's lived in Lawrenceville his whole life. He moved out because he says it's going to be another South Side in the next year or two.
well, sure. Look at what they're doing. Look at all them new places. The other day
Place.
I went to the lower part, to the lower. I'm talking about going from the 40th Street, like 38th Street,
Oh,
36th
towards
Street.
town.
Yeah, towards town.
Yeah, I remember when that was the slum.
Yeah. Now
I mean,
you've
I
got
would say a slum, but I mean, it wasn't what it is today. I
no,
mean,
it's not. Now you've got
you got restaurants
almost.
charging $50 for a hamburger.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, what is that place down there? Well, Frankie's
Frankie's
is
is
still
still
down
there.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Frankie's.
But what I'm saying is there's places down there. I've seen lines out the door. And the one time I was sitting in traffic and I just asked the guy, I was just curious. I can't remember the burger place down there. And there are people out there. And I says, "Hey, what's so special about this place?" He says, "The burgers are outstanding." I says, "So what's the
There's a
going
hot
rate?"
dog joint down there too, right across from the old Circle K. There was a hot dog joint down there that was real good. I don't know
Okay.
if it's still there or not.
I
They
don't
had I heard they had the best hot dog in the city.
I don't know. But this guy told me, he says the burgers are outstanding. He says, I said, what's the basic? He says $25 a start. $25 a start, brother. Now, I don't know if he was telling me the truth. I don't know anything about that because I didn't, but I was just curious because the line was out the door. There were
Yeah.
people standing like Kelly.
Yeah, right
Ocean.
out in the street. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just curious to find out because I've never seen that. It was past the Thunderbirds and all that,
Yeah.
like you said, by the Circle K.
Yeah.
And they have those brand new apartments right near that Rite Aid.
Yeah,
Right
that's that Arsenal Apartments or the Arsenal Estates or whatever they call them there
Brother,
now. Yeah.
$25 a plate or whatever that's
Not
mind
me.
blowing to me. That's mind
Not
blowing.
me. I can go to Hillcrest Farm in
I
Richmond,
was
Ohio,
getting ready to say,
and get 20 pounds of ground beef for $95 and make my own hamburgers.
there it is. That's what I'm saying. Let's go to Hillcrest. I mean,
That's
I'm going to
insane,
try that
man.
sooner than later. But that's crazy. $25. So if you're going in there and you're out on a date, it's going to cost you well over $150. because you figured
Well,
25.
you know what? I found out people were taking people out to fast food restaurants for dates because they can't afford a place.
The 99-cent menus.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
we
that
got to
even
go
went
here,
down
baby.
the
But
toilet.
you got to order off the 99-cent menu part because you know what? I can't afford that right now.
Oh, you
99
got to
cent
pay
menu.
10 cents for a paper bag.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
In the city
Exactly.
of Pittsburgh, you got to pay 10 cents for a paper bag at a McDonald's.
I
Oh my
says,
gosh.
are you kidding me? We might as well just eat here because it's cheaper. You know, the 2 for
Hey, this
$5s are
is our
better yet.
progressive Democrats, Bill. This is why people are moving out of the city. This is why people are moving out of the state. This is why people are moving out of the country. Oh my gosh.
Out of the
The
country.
progressive Democrats have done it.
There it is.
They have done it.
They're going over the border, baby. Right over the border.
Yep. On a lighter note, Paul says here, on a lighter note, real quick, what does your Thanksgiving dinner look like this year? Full spread, yes. I have a pretty much a full spread. You know, I didn't want to get cranberry this year. They said it was up 53% cranberry this year.
Cranberry.
It was
Really?
up 53%. Turkeys were down 30%. And get this, gas prices are down too.
I
Oh, when was
see.
the last time you saw gas prices build down?
Below
Down
389.
below.
Yeah, they're 369.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
seen that the other day. I went to go fuel up, and I says, "Hey, I need 45 bucks." And here it stopped at like 38 bucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What's going?" And I looked, and I just noticed because I'm just so used to paying 389, 394, and here it was only 38 bucks to fill me up. And I don't go below that, brother. But the other day,
gas prices are going backwards because usually when there's a war going on, like there's between Israel and Hamas, gas prices go up sky high.
Yeah, they sure
You know
do.
what I mean? And now with this war between them two and Ukraine, I think starting to get a grip on Russia here.
Oh man.
Thanks to our country. I'm not going to go into that. I don't have time tonight. And I don't feel we got other things we got to talk about. But
Absolutely,
that's the way we
bro.
see it tonight, folks.
Yep.
About this homeless stuff. I hope they put these people away from everybody, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
Agreed.
And they don't make pigs of themselves. And if I find out that this is the case, I will blast city council faster than city council can have a meeting. Okay. On this program. And you know it, Bill. We will do it.
Absolutely.
We will do it. We will not waste time because this is, to me, there's a word I want people to understand. Unacceptable.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That is unacceptable.
Absolutely, brother. Agreed with you 100%.
All right, let's get into some of our blasts today. The guy who left that dog at the airport. Oh, that's disgusting.
So you told me. So he got arrested?
He is being charged. He is from West Virginia, and the story I got was he went to California from here. Yeah, I guess he drove here from West Virginia, parked his car somewhere in the parking lot there, I guess, or whatever, got a ride, took an Uber, who knows, okay, came here to catch a flight to go to California, and left the dog sit there on the pole, tied it up, like nothing. No food, nothing. Didn't have one of those tracer things on him, them things they put on dogs now, trackers. Yep. They didn't have that or nothing, but they found him because they found surveillance video of him with the dog trying to get into the terminal. And I guess he figured he couldn't get in with the dog or walking from his car or something like that. And he just put it on a pole and said, you know what? I think I'll just leave it here with no food, leave it alone.
It's disgusting. Disgusting and unacceptable. You know how I feel about that, brother.
Same here.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I'm sure
before you and I got started here with our partnership here on this, I used to blast these people like crazy because every other week you heard something. 35 cats being like horses. I mean, come on. If you can't take care of animals, that horse farm. Remember that horse farm somewhere? Yeah. It had all them horses there that died, cows that died.
But they abandoned it
and left the farm behind.
Yeah, I can't remember what did
I forget what county it was in. They just left them there. They didn't care.
Oh my gosh. That is oh man, it's insane. That is crazy.
It is.
It's sick. Very sick.
It is sick. And it took too many of these cases for our dictator. I used to call him Dictator Wolf because of what he did for COVID. Okay.
Yes.
he finally came up with some legitimate laws that for animal cruelty now. But there has to be more. You have
Yeah.
to come up with some more, stiffer crimes. If you couldn't take care of the dog, like that cop said, that Allegheny County cop, he says, I've been here for 25 years at the airport, and I've never seen the last 2 incidents with dogs that I've seen here. 25
Unreal.
years.
Unreal. Let's just
Yeah.
leave them outside, just tie them up and go.
You know what, though? Pittsburgh International Airport is becoming famous. I mean, we got 50 guns try to get through security, and
Yeah.
the year's not even over yet. And
Yeah.
now this has never happened at any airport except here.
I've never heard of that.
I think we draw the crazies. I really do.
Well, look at where Chuck got West Virginia, got Ohio, got everybody around us, man. I mean, where is the crazy magnet coming from? Just demagnetize them and just put them back where they need to go.
Something.
So it gotta be. That's crazy, man. It's just unbelievable. Then you got the homeless. Unbelievable, brother.
That's the way we see it tonight on these two topics.
Absolutely.
The next one is the West Mifflin School Board member that we blasted tonight, who decides he's going to give the opposing football team plays. And then on top of this, he didn't resign. And the other members of the school board or the school district superintendent should have forced him to resign. Should have said, you're done. Get out of here. Nothing. All they did was say, he made an apology. Oh, boy. Made an apology.
Apology to get their playbook. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Because you couldn't come up with your own?
I don't know why he did it. I just don't get it at all. Maybe he hated the coach. Maybe his son played on the team or his grandson. I mean, he looked old enough to have grandchildren, so I'm assuming maybe his grandkids might have been there. And the poor coach, did the poor coach not play your grandson?
Listen to me, brother, I'll say it, and I'll say it again in many different ways, but I'm going to say this one tonight. The wheels are turning, but the hamster's dead. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. So that's what I mean, and you know what I'm talking about. The mall's wide open, but there's nobody shopping, baby.
Yeah, that's it.
So unbelievable with these people. As we continue,
we have some stuff to talk to you about tonight that's just insane, really insane. And wait till you hear this now, okay? And I don't want to hear no more emails. I don't want no more BS. I don't want no more I'm out in public. Ralph, you're picking on poor Bethany Hallam, Ralph.
Oh, here we go.
You're doing this to the poor Bethany Hallam. She really works for the people. But Ralph, stop it, please.
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't listen to what I'm telling you right now, then you obviously either have selective hearing or you're so stupid that it takes you an hour and a half to watch 60 Minutes. Okay? It has to be. Okay? Last week, I'm sorry. One day last week, Bethany Hallam decided to walk around downtown with KDK Radio's Marty Griffin. Okay? Marty, I admire Marty for this. He was actually pointing in her face. I mean, literally. They got into a couple heated arguments on his tour. Walked around downtown. Okay? And Marty says, well, businesses don't want to come downtown because you progressives don't want to clean nothing up down here. You won't get rid of homeless. You don't want to do this, that, and whatever. Well, where are the homeless going to go? That's what she says. Okay. She thought she had an answer for everything that Marty Griffin said. Okay. She acted like, it was a smart, stupid answer. And the answer was, we need to think outside the box. Her idea of thinking outside the box here, folks, is putting homeless people at the William Penn. Okay, because Marty says, well, look at the empty hotel rooms here. Business people don't want to come here because they're afraid because of the crime and the homeless and the bums and the people. Well, the reason why people are going to the bathroom on the side of the building is because there's no place to go to the bathroom. The businesses won't open up the bathrooms. Then Marty tried to say, Well, yeah, they opened them up, but then they destroyed them, or they went in and tore out the toilets, or got high, or overdosed, or whatever in there. So that's why the businesses stopped doing it. Okay,
Right.
but see, Bethany doesn't look at it that way. She only looks at it. Well, somebody had to go to the bathroom. Okay, but who wants to see that though? So now they put them little public parties down there. Okay, all right. Oh, for goodness sake, and well, if there was a place to go to the bathroom, people would go. And then when Marty Griffin said, well, the hotel rooms are not being full because business people aren't coming into town, she said, you're full of crap, Marty. She says, they're not going in the rooms because they're $500 a night. And you think the William Penn would step up and help out around here and rent some of these rooms out to the homeless people for them to have a place to stay. Bill, can you imagine if you're a business person and you're on one? She says, oh, well, that guy's on that floor. The homeless people on the other floor don't have nothing to do with him.
Oh my gosh. How is she going through life with blinders on, brother? She's young. She's in, city county. I mean, the power, you got it at your fingertips, brother. But yet you just don't want to exercise it in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to take that common sense and put it to good use. The blinders are so far on this chick, it's not even funny.
And I'll tell you another story. Then Marty says, well, we got vacant buildings now, real estate people pulling out because county council won't give them any tax breaks. You know what she said? Good. We'll use them for the homeless. She says, we'll use them for the homeless. Good. If they can't contribute with taxes, then good, they can go. We're not giving them any shelters or any benefits or anything like that. Nothing.
So, but that's if the company
tax breaks or nothing.
But that means that it's vacant from the business, so the business is gone now, and that's if the realty company would decide to do that, like I had said earlier in this conversation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So what's she gonna do? I just don't get that. She's like,
the people who owned Oxford Centerville and PPG Place have already pulled out.
See,
and they had to sell them to other people because of this nonsense.
This is. Okay. I'm telling you, brother, she's young, the power at her fingertips, and there's the blinders. She's just so blinded by everything. And just like the quickest answer is the best answer, I guess. What I'm trying to say.
Downtown's nice and clean. She says, I'm downtown all the time. I said, I love coming downtown and sitting down here and talking to people. She says, I don't see that. There's nothing going on down here.
Yeah.
And Marty says, well, there was. But you didn't do anything about it.
Right. There it is. That's what I'm saying.
Harry says, Bethany isn't the brightest.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I give you that, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was good.
It's like, well, just go ahead and just have people in the William Penn, but we got big high-end clients that are coming in there, but we'll just have homeless people down over. Don't, you're going to have.
Why don't we just open up our whole city to the homeless
and
close up downtown and tell all the businesses to go to some other city somewhere, or go out of the county and lose tax money because Bethany Hallam wants to have homeless people living at the William Penn.
And there you said it. You heard it, folks, right here on The Way We See It. You heard
so when this stuff happens, blame yourself because 200,000 of you in this county voted for her.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay? But guess what, folks? In 4 years, and I have 4 years to come up with a plan, I'm running against her. Okay? Because you know why? Because I liked Bethany Hallam at one point. But when it's kind of stinking from these progressives, no, I cannot deal with this.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous, brother.
No, and it gets worse and worse.
Every time. What are we on here? This is our, 7th episode?
Yeah.
At the very beginning, now how far are we down the hill? Everything just rolls down, brother. And it just keeps going further and further and further. It's just like right now, there's no end in sight right now that we see. Every time you turn around, there's always something that's, a quick answer that's the stupid answer. And it just doesn't, I don't know. Hey, from what I see and from what you see, bro, it's just.
For the way we see it.
The way we see
Yeah.
it, yeah, it's and Coco's the way she sees it as well. She's over here on the bed, but it's unbelievably. I'm just saying, and brother, you know I said it before, and I'll say it again about the power. Think
Yeah.
about that. Just
Yeah.
think about that for a second. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody think
It's
about that.
time. It's time. You know what? Then she goes, well, we need to think outside the box. You know something, Bill? I have a way to think outside the box, and it's not like that.
Yeah, exactly,
See what I'm saying?
exactly.
And it's not like that. Oh,
It's-
well, they need to pay more. They need to pay their taxes. Wow, we're not giving out tax breaks to these businesses anymore. Well, then fine. Then you're going to have vacant buildings downtown. You're going to have real estate companies that can't. We got real estate companies now, Bill, that want to cancel their plans, like the one at the Gulf Tower. They canceled their plans because they're forced to put 10% of affordable housing, and they bitched because they couldn't. They said if they put those affordable housing apartments, they're going to lose money. Oh, duh. Why don't you just raise? Look, I'll let you put those 10 apartments in there, and I'll give you a little tax break for putting those 10 apartments in there. That way
absolutely,
you don't have to pay more for taxes. That's called thinking outside the box.
absolutely. I
But,
mean,
okay, well, if you don't abide by these rules, you can't build here. Well, okay, I guess it's okay when that person loses money, correct?
yeah, well,
Oh, yeah, you don't care that they lose money. And why are we building more affordable housing anyway? We could free up apartments if we got rid of some of these clowns and some of these knuckleheads that are causing problems in these buildings. Bill, you know what's been going on here in my building.
no, absolutely,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, and it just
so
seems
I
like
mean, start getting rid of some of them people, start setting an example, and maybe you might have apartments for
yeah,
people.
yeah.
And I could care less if these knucklehead people that cause all these problems have no place to live.
I mean, who wants
But
to
the
live in a?
progressives don't see it that way.
I mean, well, I mean, but the thing is, I mean, who wants to live in an apartment that's always stressed? You're stressed every time you do something in an apartment. You're stressed. You're stressed. And brother, I've seen it in your place. I've seen it. You
Yeah.
know, and you're stressed. And who wants to live in that kind of environment, right? Especially
Yeah,
when you're older.
the only reason I live here is because I have to take care of my mother. And if
Well,
I
no,
didn't have to look over my mother, I wouldn't even stay here. I'd be gone tomorrow.
no, I understand. I definitely
You know,
understand. I mean, but nobody wants to
you know.
live in that kind of environment. I mean, that's
No,
just.
not at
But
all.
I mean,
Not at all.
again, blinders, and I'll say it again: blinders, blinders, blinders.
Yes.
They have it, and there's I don't know if there's a relevant answer for that. I mean, I don't even know. Again, that could be an open-ended conversation, brother. And you
Oh,
know
here we
that.
go. Here we go. I got a story here now. It just come up. Bethany Hallam is proposing giving the homeless people a monthly siphon.
There
A
it
monthly
is.
siphon.
Wait a minute.
A monthly siphon so they could go buy chips and pop or something or cigarettes and
So,
yeah.
are they going to pal up with the inmates at the jail then?
Yeah,
Is that what it's
exactly.
going to be?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what it's going to be?
Uh,
Oh my
uh,
God! Say hi, Coco. Coco's wanted to be on TV.
hey, there you go, Coco. Yeah.
So
All
it's
right.
like I said, brother. Blinders. I mean, what can I say about that anymore?
All
You're
right.
fired up.
The kneecap biting with the Motor City Lions says, good evening, gents. Well, good evening to you too. So,
Alrighty.
all right. But anyway, our last topic, the key topic of the night here, uh, police in the city, diversity. They're saying there's not enough minorities in the police force. There isn't. There's not enough minorities. Okay. But here's the thing that bothers me. Your good old buddy, Tim Stevens, is out there again crying and complaining about there's not enough diversity in the police department. He's out there pointing fingers and and blaming people. Okay. I don't have an issue with Tim Stevens. The only issue I have with him is he refused to return my phone call in regards to something that concerns not only just me, but minorities, that concerns the black community. Okay. But he wouldn't return my phone call. Okay. And help me out with the same problem that he had up in Northview Heights.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that.
Okay. All right. We have the same problem here,
Yep.
but he won't help me. But he'll, I'm not saying he's racist or anything like that. Maybe he is. I don't know, and I don't care. Okay. Him and Randall Taylor, all they do is complain. And I'm tired of hearing the complaining. If you think there's no diversity in the police department, Tim, then why aren't you out there helping to recruit? Why aren't you out there helping to recruit? And where's Randall Taylor? Where's all these people that are crying and complaining and bitching and moaning about how, oh, well, we don't have diversity in the police department. Well, why don't you go out and help recruit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever the
That's
situation.
like saying you're in the pit alum and you're complaining about this year's football team stinking up the joint. But are you going to administration and saying something to them? No. Do you catch what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
the same concept.
And
Okay.
Randy, I know Randy. I know that whole entire family.
Yeah.
You're
out there complaining
yeah,
about no diversity in the police department, but I don't see you going out and recruiting African American men and women to do this job.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't get it. Why? I don't know. Again, I don't know, brother.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's got me a little bit
But
speechless.
that's the last of our key topics tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that it's another open-ended thing too.
Open-ended thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're always. I mean, I know they're always hiring.
Right. I understand that there's some injustices out there that he can complain about, and I get it.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely. Right.
But I have a problem when you continue to complain about the same thing, but you don't do anything to help the situation. Instead of complaining, do something, help out.
Or at least push it in the direction where it could be a more positive thing or whatever. I mean, I know both those guys. I mean, come on, and I mean, they're not bad guys, but they're gonna, stand behind whatever they're standing behind and say, hey, this is again, brother. Here's the thing: the easy situation is always just to try to always point, everywhere else.
Play the blame game.
Try to help out a little bit better than what the situation is giving you, and just trying to just go ahead and get more situated and push that direction for the minorities, and so forth like that. And it's up to them too to apply for the police department too as well.
Yeah. I mean, you can apply for it. All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but see, the thing is, and I'm not saying all minorities are like this, but the majority of minority kids now, they want to be on the bad side of things. They don't want to be on that side. But instead of, again, complaining about it, why aren't you, Mr. Stevens and Mr. Taylor, going into the schools and sitting down with some of these kids and saying, hey, how about becoming a policeman? Okay. All right. That's, again, it goes back to the antage of a Pitt alum complaining about how bad the Pitt football team is, but not doing anything, like calling administration up and saying, hey, you need to fire the coach. I'm part of the I'm a donor. I give millions and millions of dollars to the university, and I'm telling you, I want this football coach out of here. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And not doing anything, but you're going to sit there and bitch.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do something about it. I'm doing something about it with these progressives. I'm running against one in the next election. I'm doing something about it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is here.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And you know what, brother?
I think I can win because I think there's more than 200,000 people out there that might stray in my direction when they find out the disaster that this county is going to become with Bethany Hallam.
Blinders. That's like they say. Blinders, brother. Come on. I mean, how many times can I...
Ralph, please stop picking on. Please, you and Bill need to stop picking on Bethany. Oh.
I love you, honey, but you got to take those blinders off, babe. You really got to
please don't pick on Sarah Alvarado. At least give her a chance. Okay. Yeah, I'll give her a chance. That's it. I'm not going, I'll give her a chance. But she screws up. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to come on here and I'm going to say, I told you so.
Yep.
And you didn't listen. Okay. Just like when I do my sports corner show, Bill. How many times have I said stuff and nobody believed me? And then it came down and I ended up being right.
Yeah, no.
And I'm going to be right again. Okay.
I seen the what was it? The post game the other day.
Yeah, the post game show. Yeah.
The Jumping Jim was on, or Joe was on.
Yeah.
They had Jafone and Bubba and all those guys. I seen it. It was a good show too. And the blunt, honest truth is there.
Right.
If you want it, then there it is. Like I always told people, you know what? If you want the blunt, honest truth, I'll give you it, and you probably ain't gonna like it.
Right. Hey, I got something I'm talking about tomorrow night. I have Chris Carter coming on from the Final Word. Okay. He's coming on tomorrow. He reports for the Post-Gazette, and he has his own podcast.
Okay, cool.
All right. Okay. And we're going to have a discussion tomorrow because I think myself and a couple other my colleagues, and I've said this many times, and I said it before they did, but now finally people are starting to understand what I'm saying is true. I think it's time to start hauling Art Rooney the second to
Yeah,
the carpet for the destruction of this football team.
absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
if
It's
Mike Tomlin, mediocre Mike Tomlin, was a coach at any other team, he wouldn't even be around. He'd be gone.
yes, you would.
Because most of these owners, except for mediocre Art Rooney the second here, okay, all they want is he doesn't care. It's mediocrity. He's making money. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to win a Super Bowl. And then I fight with some of the prominent reporters. Some of my other media colleagues that have been around for 20, 30 years around the team tell me I'm full of baloney. No. If he wants a Super Bowl, then why isn't he trying to win it? Why
Yeah,
are we trying? Why are we dinking around all the time?
that's
You know
right.
what I mean? With
That's
the
right.
same coach that hasn't won a playoff game at all in a long time. I think it's been 2015 since the last time he actually won a playoff game.
The moves are wrong moves. Apparently, you're
Yeah,
just it's like a stagnant move. It's not very far,
right.
but
But it's always the captain, the biggest person in the building. I mean,
yeah,
that's like, for instance, if a company's falling apart, who do you go to? The president or the
exactly.
owner of the company.
The CEO, right?
Right.
Exactly.
And if the CEO is not doing his job for the people that work under him, that's not doing their job, then he needs to go or he needs
That's
to
right.
sell. He needs
That's
to do
right.
something, you know?
But see, that's not going to happen, though.
No, no,
That won't
no,
happen.
not at all. But
I mean,
I have heard some stories, and a couple of them that I have that no one else has.
right. I
That
got you.
five of the minority owners are trying to buy more shares of the Steelers to oust out Art Rooney II as president, and also to get rid of Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
5 of the other minority owners are trying to up their shares, their shares of the team, to try to bounce him out, and not only buy him out, bounce him off away from the team, but also to try to bounce out Mike Tomlin because he has the majority of the voting stock.
Okay.
Okay, all
Okay.
right. I think he has 50 or 51.2 or something of that, whatever that BS goes. I don't know, but he has the majority of the stocks. And I heard that 5% of the minority ownership group there. That one, I heard most of the minority ownership group there wants Mike Tomlin out. They've been wanting him out for the last 5 years. And Art Rooney II has given him too much power. He walks around like he's a king. You know what I mean?
It ain't doing
You know,
nothing.
so.
Nothing going
Oh,
on.
Smoking Jeremy. That's who the kneecap biting Motor City Lion is. That's my man, Jeremy. Smoking Jeremy. I'm on a show with him on Thursday nights called Fire Up on the
Oh, nice.
South Florida Tribune. Yeah.
What's
Welcome
up,
to the
Jeremy?
show, Jeremy. It's great to see you
Absolutely.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad
Yeah.
you stopped by for sure. But you're
Yeah.
right, brother. I mean, and I know that's for another show for for
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys
Yeah.
have.
It's for tomorrow night. Yeah.
But the thing
Yeah.
is that you're right. I mean, it's right. I mean, where have we been?
Yeah.
It's like a stagnant
Exactly.
move, and I know that doesn't make any sense because when you're stagnant, you don't
And the
move.
fan base accepts this 9-8. The fan
No.
base accepts this. They go to but you know what? The Steelers could be 2 and what is it? 17 games now. They could be 2 and 15, and they
Yeah.
would sell out Acrisure Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
if
I
you
just-
did that anywhere else, nobody would show up for games.
You're right. Well, look at what happened to the Pirates too. The same thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at what they were doing in the stands there. I mean,
yeah,
hopefully,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with them. I mean, it's just sad because we have such a good fighting force with the Steelers, Penguins, and the Pirates, but there's
Right.
nothing really happening. If you know what I'm saying, there's nothing really going on. It's just like there's that extra push, like you said. A lot of changes need to be made, brother. I'm gonna check out.
Oh, Ralph,
Yeah.
you can't talk about poor Mike Tomlin like that. Oh, yes, I
Yes,
am.
I can. Yes, you can.
Yes,
The
I
thing
can.
is-
And guess what? I'm the only one that's doing it.
well,
Everybody else in this town kisses the Steelers behind. Do
well,
I? No. And I don't care. I don't. It's my
Well,
show. I
that's
do what
right.
I want.
absolutely. Well, that's why
And
you're here,
Smoking
brother.
Jim
That's
and
why
I, we tell it like it is, and we tell it like we see it, and we tell it right because
gotta tell
nobody
the-
else does it.
you got to tell the boys I said hello, please.
Oh, I
and,
will. I will.
you know,
I'll tell Smoking Jim you said hello tomorrow. So,
Absolutely. I'm gonna have to check it out. What time is that again, bro? What time is it? 7 for you guys, right?
no, 5 o'clock, 5 to
5.
6. on
Okay.
Beaver County Radio.
I'm going to
Yeah.
have to jump on there and listen and check
You
you
can
out.
get on
Man.
their website, or you can get on their Facebook or YouTube channel, because
Okay.
I'm live on there.
Okay.
Or you can get on my website, www.rwmedia.org.
I'm going to check it out, man.
Underneath Beaver County Radio, there's a little thing that says live. Just push it, boom, and it'll come right to the show.
I'm going to check it out. Yeah. Is Joe, is he live with you beside on the phone?
Smoking Jim is on the phone
Okay,
because,
Jim.
yeah, he doesn't care to drive to the studio like I do. So
I got you. I got you. No, I didn't know if he was on with you or not.
No, he's on the phone with me.
I got you.
So,
yeah. No, and you're right. And like I said, I'm going to catch you up tomorrow because that is for your deal for tomorrow and Jumping Jim and everybody else. And,
Smoking Jim, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And
yeah.
it's just I don't know, man. It's so sad. I mean, we had such a fighting force at one time.
Yes.
When they won it all in the 70s, late 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know what people are going to tell me. Oh, but this ain't the 70s, Ralph. We got a salary cap. Well, it still doesn't mean anything at all. Look, Kenny Pickett played yesterday, and and now here's the number 1 draft pick that's playing like a rookie, or I mean, he's playing like like a bum. Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the system. Matt Canada stinks as an offensive coordinator. We know that. Okay, maybe that's part of the problem. Bad communication. How many delay of games did we have yesterday? What, at least 2?
I think something like that.
It was like 2 or 3 of them we had yesterday. There's no excuse for that.
I was bouncing between things. It was sad. Once I seen 13-10, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" They weren't there.
Twice this season, we have lost to a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
a rookie quarterback, and we used to beat them up.
We used to
sack them like crazy and beat them up.
Like crazy, like you're right. And I mean, how many sacks we would have had, and oh my gosh, it would have been insane. But there was how many sacks
we paid TJ Watt all this money, and he had maybe 2 tackles yesterday.
Is that what it was yesterday?
I think he had 1 sack the whole game.
And what was it?
Myles Garrett had 5.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, because there wasn't too many happening, brother. There wasn't too much action happening with all that stuff going on. You know what I mean? So, I mean that whole thing, that whole ball, it just needs to be sculpted very well. And if you know what I'm saying, you got some intel. I believe you, brother, and I know you do, and I know you got the sources. But
I'm the only one that's now going after the owner. And now my media colleagues are starting to follow me now. And they're starting to say it's time to haul Art Rooney II to the carpet. Now, I've been saying that for months, for years.
Because you know why, brother? Because now the new game is in town, and it's
That's
you.
right. That's right. And now they're starting to follow me now.
This is us, but all your other stuff is you, brother. And I told you it's going to catch. And if it ain't catching,
this is going to catch because people out there are tired of hearing the same old stuff on the radio stations anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I'm happy to be part of it.
Nobody in this town talks like we do. No one talks about any of these topics. They don't slam people. They don't, you know what I mean? Nothing.
I haven't heard, and I don't listen to as much radio and watch as much news as you do, but you're right. It's exactly 100%. You know what? My children, when they tune in, they absolutely love it. They absolutely love it. And my kids and folks, I'm going to let you know, I got 3 daughters, 2 of which are down in Florida. That's the Mooch and the Mini Mooch. And then my Mexters up here in Coriopolis. And they love the show when they watch it. Let me tell you something. Mini Mooch said to me, she goes, that's my youngest, folks. She goes, Dad, are you allowed to say all that stuff? I says, I'm saying it, and I'm going to say it. And I said, Ralph's going to say it too. Regardless of what people are going to think. I mean, that's just a brutally honest truth. If you want it, you got it. If you want the lies, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? So,
Smoking Jeremy says, Ralph, I told you it's a race to 15. Exactly. I know what he means.
No. I mean, I don't know what that term means, but the thing is that you're right, brother. I mean, there ain't too many things, and I've known you for a long time, folks. I've known this man for a long time, folks. And let me tell you something. He's like a preacher when it comes to the shows. We don't discuss anything, any topics that we discuss here on this show. And this is the truth.
we discuss it on the
We
phone
discuss it
and
on
in
the phone,
person. Yeah, and
and
in life.
the
I mean,
major stuff, we touch
yes.
on it, but everything else, whatever he has for the show, I know nothing about
Yeah.
until it comes open to light on this show. So whatever we hear on this show, besides the major topics that we touch on, everything else is opened up on this show. The bonehead subjects, I don't know.
This is how much good continuity we have, with the show. But because
Absolutely.
we've known each other for so long, we know how each other, you know what I mean?
It's absolutely insane on how we think.
It is.
That's the crazy shit.
It is.
That's I mean,
It is.
it really is. I mean,
It is.
something we could finish each other's sentences sometime. And,
Yes. What last call, everyone, because we're getting ready to wrap it up here
yes,
real
sir.
soon. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? You eating out? Oh man, you can't even eat out anymore, man. It's expensive to eat out. Even I remember back in the day, it was $30, $40 a person to eat at one of the hotels. It's probably about $100 now to eat at one of the hotels.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while.
I know. What was it? A long while ago. What was it? Golden Corral. I mean, there's only one left here in Robinson that I know of.
Yeah.
So, folks, if there's any more, I don't know where they're at, but there's one in Robinson. What was it years ago? They used to do. Was it $30 a plate?
Well, the one in Robinson, the Golden Corral. When I went to a few years back, it was about $17 a person. Okay. Well, I don't eat there anymore because the last time I ate there, the food was so salty, I literally had high blood pressure by the end of the night. I mean, I can't eat salty food like that, Bill. That's not. You're liable to walk out of there with high blood pressure when you're done.
I mean, that's for anybody.
And that was, we had Thanksgiving last year. We had it here, and then we ordered that from. They should stick to Italian food, not be doing turkey dinners. And I'm talking about Buca di Beppo.
Okay, I never ate there.
I paid a ton of money to have food delivered here. All right, and it was nasty. It was
really
bad. Yeah. Okay. All right. Stick to what you know. They're good at their Italian food is delicious. Their food is so good, and they give you a lot.
But never
when you do Thanksgiving. How about Boston Market? Remember the COVID year?
It was bad. You told me.
The one up in Greentree. I told you about that one. They blew it. And then how about Mother's Day at the Red Lobster out on McKnight?
You told me they shut them down.
Because the whole parking lot was filled with people. They were waiting for their Mother's Day meals, and they didn't have them ready. And the traffic was so bad, and they had to call in the SWAT team because there was fights. I mean, literally, they wanted to. I mean, it was bad. They were fighting over food, meals, and everything. I mean,
absolutely insane.
And the Boston Market up in Greentree Road, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. All them people ordered those Thanksgiving meals, and not one of them. Oh, well, our employees didn't show up.
That was sad. That was so sad.
Well, you know what? That happens all the time over in the North Shore. They have Taco Bell over there, Wendy's. Up there on Western Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
And when I used to work down at Acrisure Stadium, I used to stop there and get something to eat, take it over with me to the stadium because I'm not paying full price for food, which is what they made you do. Okay.
Right.
So I would take food in with me. And I stopped at Taco Bell one time, couldn't get inside. It was every game he had to close and only have the drive-thru open because the manager was there by himself because his employees wouldn't show up. His employees wouldn't show up.
It's unbelievable. I wish they offered that money back in the day when we were growing up.
I was at a McDonald's this morning to get breakfast when I took Rhonda to her appointment today out in North Hills. We stopped at the McDonald's. $15 an hour they're paying.
That's what I'm saying.
And they can't find people. $15 an hour they're paying.
Oh my gosh. It's mind blowing, brother. It's so mind blowing.
And I'm not sure who it was today, Bill, but somebody else now, some big corporation or some big business people are going on strike. I mean, first you had Starbucks workers, now you had everything else.
I heard about that, but I don't know who that might be. What you saying?
Yeah. Jeremy B says 84 teams this season had double-digit leads at the 5-minute mark left in the game. The Detroit Lions, which Jeremy's reports for, he says the Lions were the first one to win one while down in the game.
No kidding.
So there you go. Yeah.
Huh.
Detroit Lions aren't doing bad. They're doing better than the Steelers. They're
Oh,
7-2,
I'm seeing
or
this.
8-2, or whatever.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing this. Yeah, it's great. I mean,
But
I
I mean, like I said before, you can't get nobody to work anymore. It's getting bad. I mean, and I got the figures about what the bus operators. I mean, again, we're back to this now. They're getting the recruits, they're getting the guys to go through the classes, but they're failing, which means they're passing the drug test, they're passing the background check, whatever part of the test or whatever part of the classes of the 12 weeks that they're missing, I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
they're not driving the bus right. Maybe they
yeah.
don't know how to deal with the public correctly. Maybe they don't, the biggest problem that I heard that they're having, nobody wants to work weekends and holidays. I don't want weekends off.
Man, if I tell you, like I
I
said,
got kids. I want weekends off. I got kids. But then when your kid comes to you and says, "Hey,
I want,
Dad, I want the ultimate PlayStation for Christmas this year." Oh, son, I can't afford it because I'm not going to work at Port Authority and make $40 an hour.
yeah,
I'd rather
right.
work, I'd rather work for cousin Dan making $10 an hour cutting grass or something. But at least I have weekends off, so
Yeah,
we can go.
there it
You
is.
know, yeah,
That's all right.
yeah.
We can cut grass and
So we
sort
can
of
go to
grass.
McDonald's.
There
Yeah,
you are. That's
yeah,
it. Get the 2 for $5. We'll be
yeah,
good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, it's. I just again, I wish that was the offered entry level when we were
When
doing this.
I was a bus operator, bill $8.50 an hour. We
I
started
know
that
Port Authority,
$8.50
and
an hour.
when I
Now
was
it's $20 an hour, and we can't get people.
when I
Nobody
was
wants to do
doing
the job.
North Allegheny, that was the most I made as a bus operator. Now they're up over 25.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
And I'll tell you another good story too, real quick before we go. A super duper one here. Uh, do you know this year they're in retail? They actually have enough help for Christmas. There's not
get
that
out of
many
here.
jobs out there.
No, that's crazy.
There's
I
not
think
that
that's
many jobs out there. That's
I
what I
think
heard
that's the
for just
first.
for part time for
That's
retail.
I think that's the first time I heard that in a long time.
Yeah, they said this year will be the first year retail will not be shorthanded.
No kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, obviously, whatever the hell they're doing to
Retail
keep
will
the
not be
people,
shorthanded. So I
whatever
don't
they're
know what
doing.
retail's doing to recruit people. I hear they started early. Some of these places, they started like in September and August looking for people, and they got them. And now they don't have to struggle like some of the companies that wait until December just after Thanksgiving to start hiring. You know how some of these, yeah,
Well, listen, I could tell you the mooch, my in between child
yeah,
down there in Florida. She works. I don't know, for one of those makeup places down there. And
right,
when I was talking to her just a couple of days ago, I was talking to my kids down in Florida. I was on speakerphone so I can get 2 for 1 there. She told me she wants more hours. She says, but however, when Christmas comes, she says I won't have a day off. She
yeah,
said they're
exactly,
working me. They're going to work
yeah,
me. And I said, well, that's good, honey, because that's what you want. I said,
right.
and, this way here, because she looks on later on trying to get a car.
Well, the Postal Service, they had trouble getting people for the holidays. So now if you work for them like consecutive holiday years,
Uh,
they will actually offer you a position within the Postal Service.
Now that's
They had
awesome.
to do that. They had to do that because every year they couldn't get people. They were
Yeah,
having trouble with that.
I
So I heard,
remember.
and if you work real hard, I heard, and if you like apply at a certain time, and there's some things steps you got to take, but if you do the steps, they'll offer you a job ahead of the people that have to take a test and all that other BS. You know what I mean?
That would be awesome for a lot of people, especially for the
Yeah,
younger crowd. You know,
yeah,
especially for mail delivery. I mean, everybody.
yeah, yeah. But the younger crowd don't want to work.
I know, I know,
Nobody
and
wants to work. That's
I that's the sad thing, and yeah, it's crazy, man. I just wish again, and I'll say it again and again and again. And I know I'm repetitive, and I apologize, people, but that money, and I'm sure everybody agrees with me. When we were working, when you were a Port Authority bus operator, I was a school
right,
bus driver and stuff of
right.
that nature. If those entry level offers were there at the beginning, man, we would have been awesome.
Oh
Now
yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
they just don't want to do it. I wish I had that
yeah.
opportunity.
I really wish that I was blessed to work again. that
Oh
I could
yeah.
work instead of because I'm in a wheelchair and disabled. I wish I could work again because there's security companies, man. I heard they're starting you out at $15 an hour and unlimited overtime. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
it's amazing what you can, how much money you can make out there now if you want to work. I mean, really,
Absolutely. I wish I
you know,
could. I definitely would. I would drive
and I
bus
would
again.
nest egg my money and, and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
wish I did it years ago,
Yeah.
you know.
I drive
I
bus.
heard Greyhound bus can't hire drivers. I heard there's people waiting hours at the sleeping at the bus station because they can't get drivers to fill the routes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I heard back. Remember back in the day, that was one of the top. You
Oh,
couldn't.
that was the best job in the world back in the day. And
You
even when
could.
I went to apply for it, remember when I applied for it right after I lost my house and all that stuff?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't need to be here. I don't really have anything I need to do here. I don't
Yeah.
have no kids or nothing. I says, no, no, I'm not. And my wife had died. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to go try for Greyhound. And if it wasn't for my health issues at the time, and I was still walking, if it wasn't for my health issues, I would have been long gone.
Yeah.
I was going to bank my money and live on their dime. And why not?
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. I mean, that was
and
one of
see
the
the country and enjoy it. You know,
absolutely that was one of the greatest jobs. I remember a lot of
yeah,
people when I used to bowl out in Penn Hills. Man, I knew at least 15 Greyhound bus drivers. They said, Bill, if you want anything, I can get you in, no problem. Don't worry about
yeah.
it.
I had a guy at Port Authority that knew somebody down Greyhound got me in,
Yeah.
but I couldn't take it because I had a health issue, a health condition that they wouldn't let me drive.
Yeah. And I mean, at that
I
time,
would have been long gone. I would have been what they call anonymous. I would have drove the
absolutely.
bus all over the country and seen the world and had the country and been happy, get paid, live on their dime and enjoy it. You know,
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to start the
you
family.
know.
So we had the
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
now,
But you know what that job's good for? It's just like truck driving. That
yeah.
job's good for somebody who doesn't have a life and who wants to make money.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you can see the country. Trust me, you can.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
If
You're all
you
over the
really,
place.
yeah, yeah.
When I drove Megabus, that was awesome. I love that. They
Oh
still
yeah,
they still
yeah.
have that going. I don't know where it goes to, but they
Yeah, they have it going, but they only go to I think New York, DC, Philly, and I think they just restarted the route to State College. Or
okay.
Greyhound started going to State College because one of the two of them, I think both of them stopped going there, and then they said something and complained. So Greyhound's going back there. Megabus stopped going there. They were going to Erie. They were going all over the place for a little while there. Now they're down to about 3 or 4 stops, and that's it. They don't go nowhere else.
I had the New York trip. I know that.
Washington, D.C., I think they go to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they go to Washington,
Yeah.
but I had the one I had the New York run for a little bit. That was
Yeah.
pretty awesome. I didn't mind that at all. Especially you get there and they love
Oh,
tipping.
I would love to be a coach bus driver and drive people all over the place. I would
Oh,
love to do that.
that was freaking
Sleep on
awesome.
their dime and everything. Sure.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
well,
Yeah.
some of the major coaches they actually had, beside the
Yeah.
restroom and all that stuff, some of them had a private in the back, like
Yeah.
a cab for the truck drivers.
Right.
They actually have their private facilities in there.
Well, Greyhound, they used to send their drivers to hotels, and I guess they stopped doing it. So I heard they built like a barracks, and you sleep in the back. There's a barracks in there.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah,
yeah,
and you sleep
yeah,
in the back, shower. You know.
yeah,
Like you watch Law and Order, SVU, and you see how they have that little area of sleeping quarters in the
yeah,
back. In the
yeah,
fire department, that's what they do there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
was it was something similar like that. Didn't have to
Yeah.
want for anything, man. Trust me. Not food wise, staying if I was staying over at a motel or a hotel, no problem, nothing. All I had to do is keep the receipts. It
Yeah.
was beautiful. I love that. I wish I could do that all over again because if I could, I'd be the first one back out there.
Well,
And
we're gonna wrap this up,
let's
Bill.
do
I'm
it,
gonna
brother.
get ready for some Monday Night Raw and watch and Monday Night Football and get ready for the show tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
got
I'm gonna
like I
check you
said, I
guys
got
out.
Chris Carter coming on. I got the fake Mike Tomlin and the fake Mike Tomlin press conference. Smoking Jim. There was a big local boxing championship matches in Millville on Saturday, so
Oh,
he'll be
okay.
talking about that. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a lot going on. January 2nd, Bill. is the Year in Sports Review Spectacular. I got a bunch of people coming on. I start 2 hours in January, 4 to
Nice.
6. Yeah,
Nice.
4 to 6.
Congrats, brother. That's sweet.
Yeah, and anyone's interested, I don't put these programs on for free. If anyone's interested in being a sponsor advertiser, call today 412-545-4317. I'll tell you what, my advertising rates are way lower than most. So, check it out. If you have a business that's struggling, or maybe you're in between, you want more customers, and you're making money, but you still want more customers. Okay. The sad part was, Bill, and I went to go pursue a pizza place out over in Robinson. And he was very nice with me. He got back to me right away. I says, "Hey, how you doing?" I was there to pick up a pizza. I says, "You'd be interested." He said, "Ralph, I love your rates. I love your shows. I watch them all the time. I listen." He said, "But I can't." I said, "Why?" He said, "I can't find help now. I have so much business. I don't have enough help to keep the business I have. I have to turn people away.
Wow.
This is how bad this is going."
Wow.
And he says, "I can't get people." He says, "I used to close at 10, 11 o'clock at night. I close at 7 because I can't get nobody to work these shifts. People don't come to work. They don't show up on time. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm working 80 hours a week." He says, I did that when I first started. I don't want to be doing it. I've been doing this for 40 years.
Yeah.
Making,
Yeah. It's rough, man. That's
yeah.
rough.
Yeah. And I get that all the time, Bill. I do.
Yeah.
I get it all the time with these sponsors and these advertisers. And most of them are the bars and restaurants. They mostly tell me, they say, "Ralph, look, I love you to death, man. I love your programs. I love your shows. But I have to turn business away. I can't find people. And I have to close early because I'm not going to be here working 80 hours a week. I'm 60, 70 years old. I'm not doing that."
I don't blame them. And you know what, brother? They're honest with you too. That's the thing. You
Yeah.
know, they're
Yeah.
not they're not
Oh,
bullshitting
no.
you.
No, I've had about a dozen, maybe more. And I feel bad for them people. I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
When that pizza shop, and for years I've known that guy. He told me, he said, "Ralph," he says, "remember when I used to be open until midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning? I have to close at 7. I can't get help. I have to close at 7.
Man.
And I have to turn people away." Rhonda and I went there. We were there at 6 o'clock. We are coming home from the station. I said, "Let's stop here and get some pizza." All right. We stopped there to get a pizza. Do you know, for takeout, we called the takeout in ahead of time. It still wasn't ready. That's how backed up they were because they had so much business. The lot was full with cars.
Wow.
I mean, we're, it's amazing. It
It
really
is.
is.
I get you, brother.
And I heard now, real quick here, one report was out just recently that more people now are doing the drive-through thing because they don't want to eat in a fast food restaurant inside the dining room because they can't open the dining rooms because there's no help.
Got you.
So now everybody has to do drive-through. So they got so used now to doing drive-through, nobody's going in with little Johnny and little Susie. They're taking little Johnny and little Susie through the drive-through and they're eating in their cars because you go inside, the door's locked, you can't get in.
Yeah.
They can't open it up. They don't have enough help.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's good in a way, but it's so bad because they have to close hours before what they used to.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's just,
How about Ritter's? How about Ritter's
Oh,
Diner?
yeah.
They used to be open 24 hours, 7 days a freaking week.
Now, what are they?
Now they close at 9 o'clock.
Oh, is that what time they close?
I think they close at 9 o'clock. I haven't eaten at Ritter's in a long time. It's probably been about 6 years since I ate at Ritter's.
I got you.
6 years at least. But what I'm saying is that, again, here we are. Another thing. You don't have these 24-hour restaurants anymore. I mean,
I was coming back the other day, and gas stations used to be open 24 hours are no longer.
They can't get help.
No.
And they're paying double, and they still can't get help.
I'm talking a major gas stations, Sheets and Speedway and all that other stuff.
Speedway, yeah.
No, they were closed. Like, wow, I'll just get gas tomorrow then,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
I know if you're out at 3 o'clock in the morning and you need gas, God help you, better fill up.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
They're even starting to close up.
Well, that's the reason why I keep a full tank, brother.
Yeah, well, you know what else too? They say it's because nowadays you got more people out there robbing people and stealing and doing different stupid things. Why do you think Walmarts are closing up?
Yeah,
and Targets now. I told you about the Target downtown. Number one in the state for
Yeah.
theft. The
Yep.
Target downtown.
Oh, what was it? I went past
Go
when you were
ahead,
telling me.
Bethany. Let's put the homeless people at the William Penn.
Yeah, right. And on top of that, all the stores with the Rite Aids that have been shutting down.
Yeah.
How many how many vacancies are there?
Oh my gosh. I remember when I used to work store security, and I'm not going to say who I worked for. When I used to do store security and I was a shoplifting detective, you don't know how many times I went into a Rite Aid to go buy a DVD or a CD, and the CD was missing and the case was there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You don't know how many times I said to the manager, look, and he goes, what are you talking about? I says, don't you know people are coming in here stealing these things and leaving the cases behind? He
Yeah.
goes, oh, they are. He says, it was the one in Scott Township, right on Bower Hill Road, right down from the hospital.
Okay.
And I went in there one day. I had to take Patty, my sister-in-law, to the hospital there for something. So I went down to Rite Aid and I went in to go get a Turner's tea because they always sold it. And I was looking at their DVDs. They had a sale. It was like $1, $2 a DVD. And I'm looking at them, and here about 5 of them that I picked up had no DVD in them. And I'm telling the manager this, and he says, "How do you notice?" I said, I'm a shoplifting detective. I know exactly what people do here.
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
we used to have those as seen on TV, and they
Yeah.
used to have that. What was that product? Mighty Bra or Super Bra or something like that. Okay,
Can't
women
remember.
would take the bra out and put the packaging back on the shelf. They would take the whole bra out and put the packaging back up on the shelf.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Okay. I
It's
seen it all when I did that job.
oh,
I
I'm
seen it,
sure. I'm sure. It's
know.
sad, brother. It is really, really sad. I mean,
Yeah.
unbelievable. I mean,
Well, Bill, I'm gonna let you go, man.
yeah,
I'm
man. That's
gonna
no
get
problem.
rolling here. I got work to do, and I
Okay.
appreciate everyone tonight watching and tuning in. And we'll talk to you next week, right here, same time, same channel. We're here every Monday night. Myself, Bill Cannata, the way we see it, and it is the way we see it. Believe me. And
Absolutely.
so we will
Hey,
see you next week. Everyone have a good night. Have a happy Thanksgiving, safe and sound. And next week, we want to hear your Thanksgiving story. What
absolutely.
did you have a family meal? Did you cook out? Did you eat out? Did you stay at home and just eat a pizza or something? Or did you heat up a frozen meal? I mean, some people do that. I mean,
Hey, it's
did
the
you
truth.
work? I mean,
Yeah,
I've worked Thanksgiving,
sure.
made a
Well,
lot of
listen.
money, worked Thanksgiving,
Hey, everybody out there, listeners and viewers, thank you guys.
All right.
Happy Thanksgiving. See you all next week. Have a great one. Until then.
Until then, have a good one. Thank you. God bless everyone. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.